Ensuite, nous avons Sébastien Paquet. Our next speaker is Sébastien Paquet. How to become a culture hacker.
Okay, so tonight I'm going to talk about hackers. Usually when we think about hackers, we think about people who work in code, but there's actually a lot of things you can hack, and culture is one of them. So what is culture? I have 15 seconds to explain. Let's say culture is a shared pattern among a group of people. It's a set of habits that defines the way we view things and the way we relate to one another. Well, that was pretty good, shorter than 15 seconds. So basically, in an organization, culture is the social infrastructure. It defines how people, who pays attention to whom, who calls the shots, these kinds of things. That's how it happens in the organization. Now, culture is actually all around us. It's here in this very room. It's something you feel when you turn on the TV. It's something you feel when you go to work. It's everywhere. But sometimes it's invisible because it's a set of habits. Once it becomes cultural, it's something you forget about very often. A great culture hack is going to change the way we view things. It's going to change the way we relate to one another. So why do people hack culture? Well, actually, my explanation is that it's just that they can't not do it. Mark Pilgrim says, do you know somebody who does something like that, who does what they do not for money, not for glory, not for God, not for their country, but just because it's who they are? That's a great hacker. So it's tricky. How do you hack something that's pretty much invisible? I'll let you think about it while the next slide loads. So I've looked at it a little bit, and I found that basically hackers use the same kinds of tools, whether they are culture hackers or software hackers or what have you. I'm going to tell you a little bit about those tools or processes. First one is observation. So this is about letting the culture get into you. And it's not something you do by thinking. It's something you do by letting your mind take it in, just listening. Second step is to find a crack. So this is something that makes you uncomfortable in the culture. You can't name it, but you feel it. There's something wrong in the system, and you try to nail it. That's a crack. That's where the light's going to get in. And then that's the scary part. You got to make art. That means making something completely new, something nobody has done before. Sometimes you're going to feel like you're going to meet resistance, but it often turns out that you meet much less resistance than what you expected. Now the fun part is about finding the other people who have found the crack. So you want to basically avoid the soulless drones or the clueless replicators. You want to focus on people like with a sense of humor, unpredictable people. These are the kinds of people you want to find. Catalysis is it's the really fun part. You find the others, you get them together, and you organize something informal, whatever, a party or something. And then together you can create language. So visual language, sonic language, music, body language, whatever, or plain old words. Put a name on whatever it is that you're creating together. The institutionalizing part is actually not really something that the hacker does. It's just that the new pattern replicates itself throughout the culture, and new institutions or new ways of interacting are built around them. And then it's time to let go, because if you feel really comfortable with your brainchild and you just want to stay in it, then it's dangerous. It's counterintuitive, but it's something you have to let go because you want to move on to observing again and maybe even trying to undermine the very thing that you created a few years back. So it's about constant research and change. Now, a very important part is to keep looking for people who are better than you are. And sometimes you have to look far and wide. You want to look for people who see bullshit and call it for what it is and act accordingly. You want to look for people who make you feel uncomfortable, who challenge you, people who have something to teach you, right? Preneuriat is, I can't tell you what it is, I don't have time, but I don't tell you what it is, but one of the things it does is try to find these kinds of people, great hackers. There's probably a few in this room, but there's probably a lot more outside of this room. So let's open our minds and find those people. Thank you.
Merci, Sébastien. Thank you.